What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to test something on the M45 that, you know, I could not find an answer on, and I've been looking everywhere on the forums and I just can't find if a strut tower brace, there's different names for it. Some people call it a tower brace, some people call it a strut bar. I've always referred to it as strut bar, but we're going to test one out from a G35 to see if it will fit on the M45. From my understanding, the strut bar does fit from a G35 on an M35, but I don't know if it's going to work on the M45 because there's possibly going to be an issue with it clearing the engine manifold. Now, if it doesn't clear, I'm going to try to attempt to bend the bar up to see if that will help with the clearance. That's the worst case scenario, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen. The brace is right there. I just picked it up from the guy that sold it to me. I got a really good deal on it. I like the color combo on it because there's some that have like a red, blue. This one was just a straight gray with silver, so I thought it would look really sick in the engine bay. But let's go ahead and head to the house, and then we'll go ahead and open the hood and test it out to see what we got to work with. Okay, so here is the strut bar. It is from Megan Racing, and this is the bar portion, and then right there is the strut mounting plate. When I had received or purchased the strut bar, it was actually installed incorrectly. This one was on that side, but it's supposed to be on this side over here, and then the other one was on the other side as well. So it took me a while to figure that out, but I was able to get one of the plates on. This one I will not be able to put it on without cutting the ends right here. So let me show you really quick. Right here you can see this plate. It's attached right there. I already put it on. Fits no issues. I did have to move this out of the way to get it installed, and now it kind of hits right there. So I was thinking about bending this into place so I could, you know, move this forward over there. But now this one over here, this one actually does not fit without cutting it because this bracket right here is in the way. I could possibly take that bracket off because the only thing that's really holding it on is this right here. That's like the only purpose of it, which you could just remove and get it out of the way, and just a few bolts. And I could possibly just bend it, but it hits this portion right here, so it's better just to cut this off. So if you put it in, it does kind of hit the harness, so you have to move it out of the way a little bit. I had to loosen the bolt right here, but let me get this out of the way really quick. So right there. So if I cut this right here and then right there as well, I should be able to get it to fit on there with no problem, and then we can mount it. Now we do have another problem though, which was what I knew wasn't gonna fit, but the bar does actually hit this right here, and it's not going all the way down like this side. So if you could imagine, it has to go pretty close to like right here. So we're gonna have to bend it quite a bit, and if we bend it too much, I'm not sure if it's gonna fit properly. So I'm gonna try to bend it, see if we can get it to fit. If anything, we should be able to make the holes a little bit bigger so we can move the bar down. That way it can fit properly, but we'll see what we can do. All right, so right now I'm using my little Dremel to cut through. Gotta do that to both sides, that way it has enough clearance. I don't know if I need to cut right here as well, but I'm gonna just do it straight on each side, and then we'll paint it so it doesn't like rust or anything. But this one's pretty close to done. I was actually cutting it pretty well. Now we just need to do the other side as well so we can break it loose. So I'll make another cut like right about there. All right, there you go. I cut that piece out. Let's go ahead and test it out now. Alright, looks like it needs a little bit more. I need to cut off that corner piece right there and it should fit. Alright, there you go. Now we got it to fit with no issues. So now I can go ahead and install this and we can test it out. And yeah, it needs quite a bit of bending to make it fit. But you can see that it's all the way down there, and that's right there, so it has to be bent significantly to get it in there. Now we gotta bend this, which I already started doing. And I think I'm gonna bend it a little bit more back because I think it has enough space now to fit. But how I'm getting it to bend is I'm using my heat gun right there. and I'm going along the middle to heat it up and round it out a little bit. And then once I have it hot enough, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the tire, and then with both of my hands I'm gonna apply pressure moving down, that way I can bend it. And I already got it to bend down a little bit, so it actually has good clearance now. It doesn't hit the manifold. So now right there you can see that it has good clearance. It still needs to move down a little bit right there, and it actually fits, so there won't be any issues with it hitting. And if I close the hood, you can easily tell just by looking at the back spacing that it's not gonna hit. So we're good there. Now let's try to hit the struts right here. Well, not the struts, the mounts, to get them to go forward, because if I can get it to go forward, then I can align it and put it on. So that's the last thing that we need to do. So let me go ahead and take them off, hammer it. I wish I could do it while it's on there. I mean, I can try. See if I can get like a breaker bar in there and then bend it forward. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that's gonna work, but I could try to heat it up and then hit it with the hammer so it can bend forward. That's the only thing left to really do, and it should work. All right, so right now I'm using my heat gun to try to heat up the metal to make it, you know, a little bit more flexible so we can go ahead and bend it up. I'm putting my axe in there to give it some space, and then, you know, as it keeps getting hotter, just shoving it in there a little bit more to continue to break it apart. See if I can get it a little bit more separated, because I really don't want to have any issues where it's hitting it. I think that should be good. Let's see. Yeah, I think I gave it a little bit more space, but it's still kind of the same. Yeah, I can see that I bend it up a little bit, like right there in the middle. But yeah, I think that should be perfect, honestly. I already bent it a few times with this too. Put on the sides. Bend it up a little bit. I think that should be good. I don't think it's gonna hit it anymore. Alright, there you go. I think we're good with that clearance right there. But if anything, if it does hit it, you will have to bend those brackets forward a little bit. I'll most likely have to get somebody to bend them for me, because I don't know if I'll be able to do it on my own. But it looks really sick. I really like it. Alright guys, so here we are back at my favorite location in the middle of nowhere. But I wanted to go ahead and go over the strut bar one more time. I know I went over like a million times, but I did make a few more modifications to make everything fit perfect. And I got it to a point where I like where everything is at, and I don't really need to change anything. So there's a few things that I didn't record that I did on the side to make like all the AC lines fit good, where it's not touching anything. Because I'm not sure if you guys really noticed, but the AC line, the low pressure one, was on top of the strut bar, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are not going to like that. And there's a possibility that if it's rubbing, it's going to possibly create damage to it or a hole, which has happened to me in the past before. So just pay attention to that, be careful, do these things that I'm doing if you want to go ahead and actually add this onto your car. Now this strut bar is Megan Racing. It's from a G35, the older versions. I think it's the same for like the coupe and the sedan, I think it goes like from 03 to 06, somewhere around that range. This is that strut bar, and it's still actually available for you guys to purchase online. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw it online for like $100 something, and you can purchase it brand new. I got mine used secondhand for a really good deal. I got it for 60 bucks, so you can't go wrong. And all I had to do was modify a few things to make it work. If you have the right tools, you can do it. Now, again, on this side, all I had to do was cut the brackets at the bottom. It fit good, and bend the top portion a little bit more in so it can fit inside the holes to the bar. This side, no modifications to this plate itself, but I did have to cut this right here that I didn't show you guys. So this bracket right here holds the AC line into place so it doesn't move around, and I made a hole right there. Now the reason I did that was because it was hitting the bottom portion right here of the strut mounting plate, because it has like a bar that goes down, and it was hitting it. So I went ahead and made a hole right there. That way it clears that, and then I bent it back so it's not hitting the bar anymore. So that's something that you guys may want to do as well. Just, you know, attention to detail, reusing all the stuff that already came with the car, so there's nothing that you have to like take off and not reuse, and it keeps everything in place so it's not touching anything. So I would highly recommend doing that so you don't have any issues with that. And now I'm really happy with the overall result on how everything looks. And the spacing, that was the best that I could get it. If I want this to have a little bit more clearance, I would have to bend the inner strut mounts in a little bit more in order for it to work, because right now it's at its end point where it's not going to get any further in, and now it's like stretching out the Megan Racing bar. So when I installed it, I really had to push down on it and stretch out the bar as far out as I could to the other side in order to get it on. So if I ever remove this bar in the future, there's a good possibility that it's going to be really hard to put it back on once I remove it. So just keep that in mind. It is really sturdy though and stiff, so it fits really good. I like how it came out. It looks really sick. Right there you guys can see it has a logo, and it just makes the interior look a little bit better. Now when it comes to the purpose of this bar, is to go ahead and reduce the amount of body roll the car has. So sometimes when you turn, I'm not sure if you guys ever, you know, push your car a little bit, or you're going fast, you know, on a curve, but when you're going fast on a curve, you will feel that your car is kind of, you know, moving to the side or getting pulled to one side. That's technically body roll, and what this does is it makes the car a little bit sturdier, so it doesn't have as much body roll, so it's not going to one side, and it remains sturdy. I did go ahead and actually drive the car pretty fast, and I was actually going to the sides quickly, and I did feel that it felt a little bit better and stiffer than when it did before. So it does actually help out, and it looks really sick. So it is functional, and it's something cool that you can add onto your M45. You just got to make some modifications to make it work. In the forums, I kept looking up what was gonna fit on the M45, and the only one that I saw was available, and the reason I say was because it's discontinued now, was a blue strut bar. Now I don't know why I can't remember the name. Soul Function, that was the bar. Soul Function, they actually made it for the 370Z platform as well, but I guess there was a specific group that ordered the bar, and it was I think over $200. I got this one for 60 bucks, and I modified it. So that's a really good price, because I think these go over close to $100, and even more expensive ones go for $200, especially that Soul Solution one that I had found. That one went over $200, so you can't go wrong with this one. But yeah, I do want to do a lot more videos on this car. I do want to do a modless video. I think I'm getting really close to making that video. So I did actually get hood vents for the car. I already have them, and I kind of test fitted them already to see where I want them. But if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. This was a really sick mod that I wanted to do to the car, and I'm really happy that I got to make it work, because I honestly didn't think it was going to, but I was able to get it done, and it overall looks really sick. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.